Somebody wrote again this, dear beloved Mooji, I have become aware that my mind is obsessed with truth. Yet this same mind comes up with everything, fears, to distract me from truth. This is mind. Someone was telling me that one time, an example, it's like they've made a very nice cake for somebody's birthday and then made this icing and made it very, very beautiful, and it's sitting in the kitchen. And then somehow she comes and she sees the cake and she feels, oh, I really would like to taste this cake. But you cannot do this because it's made already for somebody. But the temptation is very strong. So then she sticks the finger in a little bit and it broke off. Because the mind says, go, take a little bit. Take it, it's okay, nobody will just touch a bit. Then she goes, look around, touch a little bit, and then the whole thing fell off. And the same mind says, you shouldn't have done that, is it? So, I have become aware that my mind is obsessed with the truth, yet this same mind comes up with everything, like fears, to distract me from the truth. I live, breathe, eat, drink, interact, read, post on Mooji Sangha with only focus on truth. The one watching sees this obsessed one and the fearful one. The one watching sees that already I am free. Peace is here always in the heart. True strength is here. I cannot speak unless from truth. I feel to be alone with myself. Quite so, this one and all distractions can dissolve in truth. I give everything for truth. All my life I wanted fun, entertainment. Now only silence attracts me. Please speak to me about this. But she said everything already? What I can say then. In deepest gratitude with all my heart, Caroline. You don't leave anything for me to say. The one watching sees that I am already free. See? Peace is always here in the heart. True strength is here. So basically everything is here. I cannot speak unless from truth. I feel to be alone with myself. Quite so, this one and all distractions can dissolve in the truth. I give everything for truth. I give everything for truth. What it means, Larissa. Mean more, you turn away from everything. You cannot give everything for truth. You turn away from things that promises this and that and all of this that the mind can entice you. You turn away and say, no, don't. This is very simple. It's very direct something. It's a very direct feeling that you're so stung by the truth that nothing distracts you. It's not that you have to say some fantastic thing. No, just simply you feel something now inside the heart. And everything becomes secondary. All my life I wanted fun, entertainment. Now only silence attracts me. Like for a while we flirt with lots of things, lots of people, lots of relationships. But then when you really feel a love, then everything goes. And you're only in this love, isn't it? Please speak to me about this. What more to say? You cannot get it out of your mind. At a certain stage, you cannot get it out of your mind. We are all slowly falling in love with ourselves, with the true self, not the ego. If you fall in love with the ego, you're in big trouble. All your life becomes suffering. And we all know this. No? Because with the ego, you always want something. You always want. Oh, I want this. No, I want this. And I don't want this. But the ego's life is a life of want. I want. But this is falling in love with the self. No? And everything you do, when I make example before, I say that if you're sick and you have the flu, we have flu. And if you have the flu for 2 or 3 weeks, everything in your life is happening in the flu state. So whether you're thirsty, if you're tired, if you're sleepy, if you're speaking to people, if you're doing your work, you're on the internet, everything is in the flu state. The background is the flu state. It doesn't matter who you're speaking with, the queen of the country is in the flu state. Your Majesty. You talk to your children, oh, what are you doing? It's flu state. Everything's in the flu state. Then also the state of the self is like the flu state. Everything is in the flu state. You wake up, it's in the flu state. You go to bed in the flu state. You wake up, you're in the state of the self. Everything happens. You go like everybody else. You go shopping, get your food, you wash your clothes, you take care of your meals, you make your phone calls, you send your emails like everybody else. What is the difference? That the background of everything is this, is the self. Like you're in love. Everything you do is inside the love. Everything you do. Then it's the same with the self. Everything that happens, the background is that. So you cannot say, look, I want to be with because you are with the self. What is the point of saying I want to be with myself? You are yourself. Even you don't say I want to be with myself. You are yourself. And it sounds like you have this type of attraction, you see. All my life I wanted fun and entertainment. Now only silence attracts me, you see. Yes, for a while it's like that. Then you may find that you're quite comfortable in your own company. You're quite comfortable in your own company. Some people, they're not comfortable in their own company. They have to be in some other company. But in their own company, they cannot be comfortable. Now, maybe you're just happy to just be. Sometimes you find you want to be alone. Myself also, just my whole behavior was changing. I didn't plan it. I found sometimes I'm awake in the night time, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning in London. I have my window completely open, looking out at the trees in the dark like this. But I don't know if I'm looking at anything. I'm just there. I could be anywhere in the universe. You take me anywhere in the universe. On Saturn, I'm just looking out at my window. I wouldn't know. It doesn't matter where I am. You see, you're just somehow, can you call it being in love? I don't know what it is to call it. Because usually being in love is with another. And I cannot even say I was in love with myself. I don't know what it is. You're just in this beautiful state and everything else seems to be not important. Not important. Hey, Mooji, they're coming to take your house tomorrow. Ah, what time? I'll make sure I'm not here. Okay. Something just feels like that. It's not that you don't care. It's just you don't mind. You don't mind. Somehow it seems like it's a big deal. It has to go one day anyhow. Now, people will think you're very strange. You should be worried. What's wrong with you? You're not worried. No, I'm not worried. The fever state metaphor is a very good one. Because the fever, it feels like it's in your body, it's in your bloodstream. Your breath also is in the fever. Oh, it's very hot. Your pulse is fever pulse. Everything about you is fever. Everything about you is the self. When the people look at you, they don't know who they're looking at anymore. Because behind those eyes, there's no person. When you look at most people, behind the eyes, somebody's there living there. Somebody behind the eyes, hi, is inside. Then one time you look at the one and there's nobody there. Nobody's behind there. Then who is behind there? The infinite is behind there. There's more infinite behind here than out there. When the person is moved out of the way, out of the picture. No? People are searching for some reference, you remember when you were back at school and yes. But that's just so far away from you. And they ask you, what was that guy we used to play together and stuff? Jeffrey? Yeah, Jeffrey, you remember? No. So nobody is prepared for you. Your family not prepared for this type of person. They say, this is my son, this is my son. You kind of know what that means, but you know you're not that, but it applies to you. And say, oh, you're Mrs. Hamilton's son? Yes, this is me. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're the one living in Portugal? Yes. Oh, how you find it there? It's good. Who are they speaking to? They're speaking to the universe. But they cannot speak to the universe. The universe has to put on a face. You see? And then you can speak to the face. Hey, John, how you doing? Yeah, fine. That's this one now. Dear Mooji, after watching your Sunday satsangs, or after a period of extended self-inquiry, there is a sense of deep peace, joy, and contentment. Like I don't need to do anything. But often, just a few minutes later, my thoughts center around desire to do a particular project. For example, today it was about starting a business selling custom-made malas, which I saw already designed as images during self-inquiry, but didn't hold on to it. So you're doing your self-inquiry. Who am I? Who am I? Ping, malas come. Yeah. Maybe I'm supposed to do business making malas. You're still in your inquiry, okay? Move on from the malas, okay? But in the malas, you see, in the self-inquiry, the malas come, and other things are waiting to come, but the malas got a real look in. So she says, or he says, for example, today was about starting a business selling custom-made malas, which I saw already designed as images during self-inquiry, but I didn't hold on to. There is a feeling around each project of such happiness in using my gifts or passions as a service to others. But is this just the ego wanting a sense of purpose or something to do? So in brackets, the timing is suspect. So you're wondering now, you see. Because sometimes also, as you come to a deeper realization of the truth, some amazing abilities start to come up. Suddenly, you are able to kind of tune into what somebody's thinking or something. And they say, why are you thinking about this? And says, what? I mean, why I'm talking to you, you're thinking about motor cars. How do you know that, Yeah. How did I know that? See? Then you start to open up business. Yeah. I'll tell you what you're thinking. You see? So, or sometimes maybe you start to paint, and some people have started satsang. One lady, I gave a name, she asked, I gave a name to her, and the name was very powerful, and she started painting. Quite in her ripe years, she started painting. She made a lot of beautiful paintings. And she showed me a lot of pictures of them. She gave also some to me. Beautiful paintings. But I said, it's fine, it's good. These abilities come, but don't stop there. Many things may come like this, because now you're from small consciousness of a person, you're something expanding to consciousness. And a lot of beauty is coming out. But enjoy, but don't stop there. Keep coming in. Don't stop anywhere. How does one know when to act on such ideas and when to stay put in being? Stay put in the being. If you stay put in the being, you cannot be wrong. But if you pick up those activities, maybe you could be wrong. Or meaning that you slow yourself down. If you stay put in the being, you can never be wrong. Because if the beingness now wants to make paintings or to, whatever stuff, then it will put it in such a way you cannot avoid it. Then it means this is what is destined to happen in this body-mind. But if you want to do this thing, you feel, I think, this is coming from your mind. And of course, it appears like a choice, and you probably go and do it, and for a while you're doing this. But in a way, you slow down on your evolution into emptiness, into the place, into the absolute place. This is from Diana in British Columbia, Canada. P.S. Thank you so much for the live Sunday satsangs. I am forever grateful to you for this. So this is after the inquiry, after watching Sunday satsangs, and after a period of extended self-inquiry, there's a sense of deep peace, joy, and contentment. Like I don't need to do anything. I don't need to do anything. And right when you realize I don't need to do anything, first time in your life, then you start to find a lot of beautiful things to do. Isn't it? Look, she put even the do, she puts in inverted. I realize after the period of inquiry, deep peace, joy, and contentment. Like I don't need to do anything. But often, just a few minutes later, minutes, not the next day, minutes, Mr. Mind. Hi, hello. Brought a nice package for you. My thought centers around the desire to do a particular project. Now we're going to have a project now. For example, today it is about starting a new business, selling custom-made malas, you see. These ideas, they start to come. Should you act on them? Is this some impulse from the universe to tell you, listen, make some malas? God is telling you, make some malas. Don't do any more inquiry. Just, I'm sending you malas. Okay. Then you go out, you look for malas, you find people start to tell you when they give you things, next minute you're making a mountain of malas, but you don't know who you are. So I would say, your question, as you say, there's a feeling around each project of such happiness in using my gifts or passions as a service to others. But is this just the ego wanting a sense of purpose or something to do? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sometimes, ouch, oh, I want a little bit to last a little bit longer. Can I play a little bit longer with this thing? You can, but it's not worth it. Keep coming in. Go for gold. Don't go for bronze or silver now. So you see, she's saying there's a feeling around each project of such happiness in using my gifts or passions as a service to others. But is this just the ego wanting a sense of purpose or something to do? And in bracket, the timing is suspect. So something inside knows, isn't it strange, huh? Some people have come to satsang. One girl, I told this account before, one girl, she came and she had a very powerful breakthrough in satsang. She cried, something very powerful took place for her. Then after this, I don't see her for nearly 1 week. I say, what happened to this girl? What happened to this girl? Then they said they saw her on the mountain. I said, what's she doing on the mountain? Then I called her, she came and she told me, then something told me to go to the mountain. I went to the mountain and I met this other guru also on the mountain. and I fall in love with him, and he told me to come, and he meet him every day. I've been sitting there. I said, now, would the self have brought you to a state of realization to go and confuse you with a second guru as well too on top of this? When you fall in love, what's going on? You know what's going on? There is something inside, a desperateness to be with somebody. She wants to be with somebody, you see. And rather than just settle down into her realization and stay in the satsang, she's already, the mind goes and make another duplicate guru for her, because they can have both enlightenment and lover. Oh, wonderful. You see? So this is how your mind can play in a very, very, dubious way. Can play like this. And so many, you know how many women actually in India who came to a stage of awakening. Another one from Russia, she went back. Her awakening was so powerful that other people start to come to her in Russia to go to see her after a while. Then after 1 or 2 years, she came back to India. When we were in India, she came, and then I'm saying, oh, I hear she's here, and where is she? Why she doesn't come to see me? And then one day I see her hiding. She's hiding. I said, I'm having chai. She's hiding, trying to walk behind the stall to go around. I said, hey, Mooji. Then what happened now? She had sort of been in some relationship with some man who she loves this person. Some of you must know what I'm talking about. And then this man is abusing her, but she can't give it up. Even one day I heard in India, this man locked her out of her room without any clothes. In India, can you imagine to do this? And this is the person she loves. I asked her about this, what is happening with you? And she told me, yes, it's very difficult for me. But I love him, and I feel like, he's had a difficult background. He was a soldier. He had a lot of difficulty, and I feel like somehow I must be patient with him. And I said, I want to hit her. And I said, what is you're turned completely stupid. Your big fat ego want to change somebody. Then they're abusing you. You don't even see that. Just let it go. And you exchange your freedom for some abuse. So sometimes right at the point of the greatest realization, the greatest delusion is going to happen. It's going to come. Whatever you have stored up inside is going to try and come and attack you. It looks like this. It's a strange thing like that. But if you overcome him, and this is why it's said also in the story of Jesus Christ, after his baptism, where it said he was anointed also by the Spirit of God, immediately he is drawn into the wilderness to spend 40 days and 40 nights. After such a powerful anointing, he didn't go to party to be with his friends. Hey, listen, a dove landed on my head today. Listen, the voice said, listen, this is my son. I am very pleased with my son. No, he went wilderness. And then what happened? The strongest temptations come. And what is these temptations? Oh, because to destroy you? No. Because you have to be tested. And in life you're being tested. And every time we are showing faithfulness and loyalty to our own ego. Then life leave you alone. Okay, go then. So something has to keep choosing what is true. Even though what is not true is very, very, very enticing. But something says, what is that? And turn just for that moment. Sometime like this. But then there's a lot of things inside us that defends that other thing. Like, but it's like I didn't do anything. It just came, and you don't not awake to the subtleties of the ego. Of course, it's not going to come in a way that you're going to say no. It's going to find a place that comes, the one that comes nearest to saying yes. It will come through that door. Why? Because it is homegrown. It's a homegrown relationship. And it's like it knows which buttons are yours. You press this one. Every combination it knows. Come this one. Try. Then you overcome this, you are free. Like that. I have to speak like this to tell the truth. I can't pretend like, some kind of Hollywood enlightenment or something. Go off into the sunset. No, sometimes it will be very difficult. It will try and come to you with your daily life. It will come through your children or your partner or your work, or somehow you start to lose your job, and then what happened? That's as much as your enlightenment was worth. Suddenly you give up your own awakening and running up jobs and trying to knock on doors out of your panic, rather than saying, okay, let it happen because I've chosen truth. So I'm ready for anything, even to be disgraced or to be hurt. But it's part of this life's destiny to be playing out like that in some way. But what I am is beyond destiny. Who's going to be strong like that in the moment of testing, you see? Then the mind says, yeah, but you shouldn't have to suffer. It should be easy. But the self is not easy. The self is simply perfect. Not easy or hard. But while we have the state of the mind and the identity of the mind and the person, then all this kind of this up and down and navigation and so on, it will feel very real. And gradually we come out of that thing. Gradually we come out of this thing. Why so many people, why so few in fact, seem to be there? Because very quickly the egoic mind just snap its finger, you go running. Because we're so accustomed to give in so early. And why can the deceitful mind, the psychological mind, why it seems so strong? Why it can seem so strong? The reason why it can only be strong through distraction. It can only be strong through distraction. Because as long as it keeps you from knowing your true power, then you'll be under some kind of control. Once you realize the power of the self, the mind stands no chance at all. So it seems if I paint it in a dramatic way, in order to prevent you, in order to rule somehow, to keep you on the level of ego, you see, it will do anything to keep you on the level of ego, to keep your attention only concerned with daily life. And millions of beings are caught in this trap. All your energy is just to exist daily life. You know how pathetic it is of our human kingdom, that we live as we do. It is shameful, actually, in a way you can say like this. For what we are, we don't know how it can be, because we are unaware of what really is here. Not that you are super powerful, super great. You don't need to be super powerful. You don't need to be super great. You just need to be yourself. Just need to be what we are. You don't have to be super powerful. You don't have to snap, I'm on Venus. What for? That's just some kind of nonsense thing. You only need to know who and what you are. That all of this is in the mind. And you are the witness of the mind. The mind cannot exist without you. But you can exist without that mind, that psychological mind. When you know that, your mind stops being psychological mind, it becomes the natural mind. And the natural mind and the pure self are the same thing. As long as we keep on being a person, the mind will be your adversary. When you realize the self, the mind becomes your servant and becomes your friend. We have a feeling that, oh, life is so tough, life is against you. No, your mind is against you. Your own mind, not the mind is against you. Your relationship, you create a bad relationship. Because the mind is not really for and against, it isn't really for and against. In one way you can say, the mind can play the devil. But the devil is also a form of consciousness. And it has to be there to play the role of the angels and the devils. Both of them are aspects of our potential. Both of these are in us. In us is the ability to be a Buddhist, a Christian, a Muslim, an atheist, a god, or demon. We can be any of those. And sometimes all of those at different times. And none of that also. Beyond all of that also. They are there. perhaps the highest state of being is to not be anything. Not to be anything at all. You put a label on the shirt, father. Hello, Dad. Hi, darling. How you doing? You see? Politician. Hello. Minister. Can you? Oh, yes, you do this and so and so. But you are nothing at all. Like water. Water has no shape. But if you put it in a glass, it takes the shape of the glass. If you put it in your hand, it will take the shape of your hand. But it has no shape. Consciousness is the same. It has no shape. If you put it into any concept, it behaves like the concept. But it is not the concept. We are also without form, actually. But we are assumed this form at the moment. But you've had many forms. And even in this life stream, the life flow of this one form, it's always changing also. But you're always constant, you're there. This body keeps growing old, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. But your beingness has no age. Then you have to know both. Your agelessness and your age. You're aware of both. When you're aware of your timelessness, your human years is just a play. Like a costume, you know it. The world is an impermanent form of the real. A transient form of the real. But the real in itself has no form. But it assumes all these forms and pervades them. Do we need to know this? No. You only need to know somehow all of this. If I'm not here, none of this is for me. It's through these eyes and these senses that all this universe comes to me. To these eyes I can see it, to this body I can touch it, with these nostrils I can smell it, with these ears I can hear it, with this mind I can somehow perceive it. These are my instruments. Who am I? Where exactly in this are you? Which part are you? And yet it is natural to feel I am here. Where exactly? Nobody asks you. If you go to look for a job, they don't ask you, okay, where are you? I'm here. Well, where exactly in here? What? I mean, where? You say you're here, but where exactly are you? What sort of job is this? You have to ask, what sort of job is this? What kind of employment? What do you mean, where am I exactly? I'm here. Where exactly here? The hand? You see the hand? I'm looking at my hand. My hand is not looking at me. Who am I? I say my hand, I say my head, I say my ears, my tongue, my, like it's possession, my body, my back, my kidneys, my lungs. But where is me? What is me? What is I? It's not important you're going to know this, like, well, you are this. No, it's not going to be like this. Whatever you find, but I'm not really that. I cannot say I am that, absolutely. It's connected with me, but I can't say I'm that. Then what am I then? Don't think if you don't get an answer, you've failed. The question is more important to be asked. You ask this question, and in this question something is unfolding. We are so used questions, answers, questions, answers. Sometimes questions, just questions. Where's the answer? You are the answer. I don't understand. You can't understand? What's the point? There is something. Maybe your human life just amounts to a seed that is going to be sprouted. Maybe life after life, you're a seed that didn't sprout. When I mean sprout, means somehow germinated into real understanding, true being. Just on the cycle of becoming all the time, always becoming, and not grasping our true being. When you do, the life is simply unfolding like everybody. Life for everybody, life is unfolding. But some people imagine they are unfolding life. But life is unfolding. Just like your breath, you say, I breathe. You don't breathe. Breathing is happening like that. Supposing you have to remember to breathe, you wouldn't go to sleep because you'd forget. You'd die in your sleep. You're not breathing. The breathing is happening. The blood is pumping. Thoughts are arising. Thirst is arising. Tiredness is arising. Everything is arising, unfolding. Same thing is here. When you come to see this in this way, you just simply feel the power of your being. Now, some people may say, but it's not enough. I like the idea of doing something. I like to do. So I myself also have the feeling of doing. But I'm doing yet not doing. But you're only doing. But can you do and not do? He says, no, I don't know this one. I know do and do. But I don't know do and not do. So, okay, well, you see. You have to do and not do. Think and not think. Then they said, no, we don't know this type of thing. They said, how do you do it? I said, I don't do it. They said, oh, we are confused. Yeah, of course. And yet what I'm speaking is completely natural. Very rounded. You have the sense of yourself as a person. One person call you sister, one call you daughter, one call you auntie, one call you friend, one call you wife. And all these roles, you respond to them totally spontaneously, yet somewhere inside you know you're none of these things. What is an uncle? Have you ever seen an uncle? Just a title here. He's an uncle. What is an uncle? Is it a special type of human being or something? No, it's the same one. It's just come with a label. So your daughter, wife, mother, auntie, cousin, enemy, employee, employer, sacked. All of these. And yet you are none of these things. In the same way in life, I'm all of this stuff, but I'm none of it at the same time. Not belief. This is not belief now. This is fundamental awareness. But I'm not this thing. You don't have to go around telling people this. Because if you do that, it means you don't really know it. When you know it, it's just like that. And we listen to each other, what people say, but they don't know what they're talking about also. The mind is, once you're a person, if you're only a person, your mind is full of projections and incomplete misconceptions about life. And you just pass it on. All your garbage you pass on to your children because they're innocent, they just absorb it anyhow. And whoever else will be foolish enough to listen to you. We just do it like that. And we share our ignorance with this. Some people imagine I spend all of my life sitting in this chair. Because all they ever see me sitting in a chair talking. In the morning somebody come wind me up. I say, hello everybody. They think I live like that. They really do. Some people they think, don't you get bed sores or something? I said, what? Talking about? And then they pass this on to other people as well. How can that happen? Even your own mother don't know you. They know only the extent that their selected knowledge of what they want you to be. Each person have a little slice of the cake, what they want to perceive you as, and you have no control over it. So better just let it all happen. Can you be cool with that? Can you be okay with it? Hmm? Also, if people praise you, don't take it to heart. Don't take it too deeply. Don't believe it. Oh, you're so understanding. Oh, thank you. No, please. Not always understanding, okay? Because if you're always so understanding, then every time you have to be understanding with this person. And sometimes I really don't understand you at all, So if they don't be quick for collecting compliments. Oh, you're so kind. You're so kind. No, not always. Okay? Sometimes. And some people, they have really won the jackpot because other people think they're mad. That's the best thing. When people think you're mad, they leave you alone. Yes. And they want to be left alone so that you can do all kind of crazy things. And people just say, no, never mind her, she's mad. It's true. There's quite a few mad ones at some. Very good. You never know what is coming. We came here to Portugal, we thought it was the best weather in the whole world. We're coming into an oven. But it was too late. Very good. Who is from Lisbon? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. I wanted to come to Lisbon one time to make satsang again, because when I first came here 2.5 years ago, nearly 3, no? Mm-hmm. The first time I came, second time we came, we stopped in Lisbon. We were asked to meet. Some people in Lisbon would like to meet you. And it was very beautiful. Many people came. You was there? Oh, yeah, that's very good. Very good. I said, I'd like to come back and to meet again. But I never went back again. No, another time or just one? Twice.
Yep.
Twice. Yeah. Twice on the same visit, isn't it? Coming in and then going out. They stopped again there. In Lisbon. Okay, thanks everybody. Lovely to see you, everyone. Mm-hmm.